Guys, ain't seen you in a while. I'm up here with a friend back in the mountains, just driving down some old dirt roads, exploring some places I've never been, and car's running pretty good. Haven't had this thing out in a couple of years, so I was glad to do it. Got some nice runoff here. Figured we'd stop by the side of the road. Looks like somebody used this for a little campsite. Had a campfire or something down there, and just a perfect summer day. There's supposed to be an old mining town at the end of this road. Ain't that pretty? Wow. So this is an old mining operation that evidently burned down or something. Can't imagine when turn of the century they were mining gold and silver and copper. There was so much physical labor involved in all of this. Some kind of tumbler to separate the rock and sand, I guess the finer stuff. Keep getting it finer and finer until you can get the other stuff out, and kind of this neat valley. What a view. Some people staying in these shacks up here. Probably only get a few hours of direct sunshine a day because of these bottom of a valley and these high peaks. Then you got the clouds. So thought you'd like to see that. This is an old hatch chili pepper roasting basket. Put you a nice hot flame underneath it and fill that sucker full of hot chili peppers. You'd have an aroma for miles. With my salad. Gonna have some salad. My friend Charlie, my girlfriend, she's smacking flies, getting some meat with her salad.
Here, how's this for a cool photo? All the way around.
Wow.
With that pano?
Wide angle.
With a pano.
Yeah.
Keep turning.
Yep. Lily pads in the Rocky Mountains at 9,900 feet. Isn't that crazy? It's called Lily Pad Lake. Now, I really didn't expect to see lily pads.
Ah, I knew they were there. I guess I could have told you that. But it's more you gotta experience it.
It's been a while since I posted up a video, and so today's the day. I finally got out of jail, so to speak. All this COVID stuff just drove me crazy. I haven't had the buggy out in over 2 years, and I came to this place that I know in the Rocky Mountains, and I got busted. Yeah, it's well posted, no ATVs, but they always show those little quads with handlebars, you know. And I was on my way to the sand dunes, and I thought I'd stop here for the night. And yeah, I went on the other side of the lake. I don't know how well it will come out here. These people have got their campers just in the right way, and they've got that noisy generator going. Yeah, I drove around to the other side of the lake just to check out. There's like 37 campsites over there, and I thought, yeah, you know, I'm gonna check that out. This is nice right here. This is where the boat ramp is, and this is very clean bathrooms. People really take care of this place here. And I thought, yeah, I'm just gonna stop for the night on my way to the dunes, and I have to take the car out of the trailer in order to make myself a place to sleep inside. That's not entirely true, but for the most part, take my word for it. So, what have I been up to? I wanted to go check out some trails in the mountains. So this is just a short little trip. Give y'all a little walk around the camper. I got my kayak suspended from the ceiling here, and both my buggies come right underneath. Clears the roll cage just fine. These little shoe tree bags, or whatever you want to call them, they sure work great for stuffing handy stuff in if you're a person that needs a visual. And I got my cooler here. I got an old sleeping bag. The dog will sleep on that. I fed her. If I was doing a more permanent thing, I would have some different tables, and I would set my sink up, and I would put the drain pipe going into one of these buckets, and that would suffice for like a little washing station and cleaning up and that sort of thing. And this was like my travel bed when everything's loading up and I'm going cross country on long trips. But in this case, I just shoved a bunch of stuff in here, and I got myself a new toy. I got myself a 4-wheel drive Arma Typhon 3S BTX. It's 8 scale. I didn't even realize it till I got it home that it was 8 scale. 10th scale is more common, and there's a lot more parts available. And this is just a teensy weensy bit bigger and tougher. It's kind of a basher buggy, and I'm anxious to take it over to the sand dunes and rip around a little bit and see how it does out there. It's 4-wheel drive, and she really scoots, man. I mean, if you're into RC cars, you know exactly what this is and what I'm talking about. If you're not, you probably don't care. So I'm not going to dwell on that. Maybe if there's some interest down in the comments, I'll do a little video on that thing. I just got tired of not having my car out. I got all these Volkswagen toys, and I want to use them. I love the sound of this engine. It's muffled, but I got busted here, so it's going to spend the night right there. I'll probably throw a tarp over the seat. The other day I hooked up with a friend of mine, and I thought, okay, what am I going to do with the dog? What am I going to do with the dog? So I thought I'd show you. I happen to have I took this gate out of service at my house, and I happen to have some unistrut for another project that went south. I was going to make a roof rack. So what I came up with is it only has that center hinge, and it fits in here with the car. And I put these clamps underneath here, thus, and I take these bungee cords and I stretch them down here, and it's kind of like I locked my dog in jail. I didn't want her to feel like she was being punished, and I wanted her to get plenty of fresh air and to be able to look out instead of just having those transparent windows that I have, and get some fresh air. So yeah, this works out. If she tries to push out, just makes it tighter. And we went on several runs Went up to an old mining operation high in the mountains. Maybe I'll post up a short clip. I didn't take much video. I haven't been taking much video. It just been busy doing things and playing, and it's takes a lot more trouble than you imagine to always set up the camera and, you know, do the normal videos. And plus, I haven't been doing any wrenching on my Volkswagens. Everything's been fixed and running since this COVID stuff, and got my fishing pole in there. Went around the lake, and as I was going around the lake, I made a few casts out into the lake, and then this guy, that ranger that told me I can't drive these things on the roads around here, told me that trout have gill disease, and that's a bad thing. And so there's still lake trout and northern pike in this lake, but I was fishing for trout, and so wasted time. But had myself fun, got myself a nice little spot where I can see the lake, and I got the bathroom close by, and I'm gonna be out of here and down the road in the morning. So that's the name of that tune. Where's my dog? Speaking of my dog, baby, come here, babe, babe, baby, come here, come here. Good girl, you stay here. You're supposed to be on a leash. You be good, or I'll have to put you on the leash here. So yeah, she did real well in the trailer, and I just thought the mosquitoes are pretty bad here. What I did for her is I sprayed mosquito repellent on a rag, and then I hung that on there, and there's really not any ventilation inside. But yeah, just tie down the door, and this works out real good. This ramp rear door, I'll put these jack stands underneath it, and it makes a great place to sit. And if you got it like a camp stove, Coleman camp stove, you can set it down there if you don't have the luxury of a campsite with a picnic table like this. And then you can just have a little spot to put your stuff and sit down. And it seems like when I've taken this to the dunes in the past, people kind of congregate right here, and it's kind of like a community place to sit and shoot the breeze. So yeah, and if you got to work on your car, you got the jack stands, and yeah, just the way I operate. And I thought I'd share it with you, and I hope you're all doing good and working on your projects and getting a chance to enjoy your toys. And to me, the most important thing is to get the darn thing running. It doesn't have to look perfect, but if you can get it running and driving around the block in your neighborhood once in a while, it keeps the motivation up. Nothing worse than not having any money, taking things completely apart, finding all these things in addition to what you originally thought need to be worked on or repaired or replaced, and then the project comes to a stall. Months turn into years, and there's always other priorities, and it just don't get finished. So keep it together, get your Volkswagen toy, and then get the darn thing running. If you can just sit in it, listen to the radio or something, you know what I'm saying? Then it at least gives you a little bit of motivation. And of course, watching my videos and watching all the other great folks out here. I want to give a shout out to one of the greatest guys in our community, VWJawbreaker, and he is such a nice guy, and his son is involved in his Volkswagen projects, and he does some really unique things. Very knowledgeable person. If you don't know who he is, check him out, VWJawbreaker, and he's always promoting things and giving us all shout outs, and we all appreciate that. He's just he's a leader in the Volkswagen community. He's much better social skills and social media, other things than just YouTube. So check him out, would you? And he's suggested that I make a video on my little remote control car, so I may do that. And by the time I get home,
I may have another remote control car, and I'm going to leave you in suspense for that one. It's a total opposite from what I showed you in there, and hopefully I'm going to make it over to the sand dunes. It's running really good. I'm really happy with it. I put the beard seats back in it. When I bought this car, it had those seats, and I took them out for lighter fiberglass seats, as well as easier to clean, and if they got wet, you just take the vinyl seat covers off. But man, why not have the comfort, right? These suspension seats really do make a difference. So they do absorb sand. If you have to leave them out, they will absorb water, but you know, it's cleanable, it's doable, and the dog likes them for sure. So anyhow, I'm babbling too much. Just thought I'd attempt to make some footage here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subbing. EZGZ out!